We are now up to game week 7 of the 2022/23 championship season, and once again we have got 12 games to predict. So let's just get straight into it with Birmingham City against Norwich City, where Norwich City, after their rubbish start, really, we could say, I think they're now back on track, currently in 4th place, with a run of 3 victories, chance to make it 4. I do think that they will do. Birmingham City did have, a pretty decent start, I suppose you could say, but then dropped off a bit in the last 2 games. They lost 2-0 to Rotherham United in their last game. Also lost 1-0 to Wigan Athletic as well, the game before that. I'm going to go for a 2-0 victory to Norwich City here. Nice, comfortable 3 points. And Norwich to get the 4th win on the trot. Okay, we move on to Burnley against Millwall now, where Burnley have just beat Wigan 5-1 in their last game. Big scoreline, brilliant victory for Burnley. Millwall lost 1-0 to Reading as well. So, a little bit of a poor result that for Millwall. Reading, we're going to come on to them in just a moment's time, but I do think both sides will score, but I'm going to back Burnley just to edge it, and then pick up all 3 points. Home game, 2-1 to Burnley. And then we've got Cardiff City against Luton Town. Cardiff City got a 0-0 draw with Preston North End in their last game, and Luton Town drew 1-1 with Sheffield United in their last game. This one's going to be a pretty difficult one to predict. I mean, I'm going to Luton Town. The only one win in their first 6 games, and seeing that where they were last season in the playoffs, few maybe expected them to reach the playoffs again or be thereabouts. I did say in my table predictions that they would drop to around mid-table, but Luton Town need to pick up some victories pretty soon. I mean, Cardiff City, they've not picked up a win in their last 3. I am going to back them to do it in this game, though. I'm going to go 1-0 victory to the Bluebirds, and Luton Town did win this fixture 1-0 last season, but I'm going to go for the opposite side this time, so 1-0 to Cardiff City. And then we've got Queen's Park Rangers against Hull City. I'm going to back a draw in this one as well. I feel like this one's going to be... that's 2-1 to 1-1 draw in this one. I'm not really sure with this one. Both sides are on some pretty decent form. Queen's Park Rangers did beat Watford 3-2 in their last game in a big victory over Watford. So yeah, Hull City also, speaking about big victories, they picked up a 3-2 victory against Coventry City, so they scored 3 in their last game as well. But I think maybe it will just die down just maybe a little bit, and I'll go for a 1-1 draw in this one. Wigan against West Brom. Wigan definitely do not want to concede 5 again like they did against Burnley in their last game, the 5-1 defeat. Coming up against a West Brom side who got a 2-2 draw with Huddersfield Town in their last game. West Brom only the 1 victory in their first 6 games, and look, West Brom, again, quite a few people expected them to reach top 6 maybe. That's where I put them. And look, there's not many defeats in there at all. Just the 1 defeat there. So they just need to turn some draws into wins, a bit like Preston at the moment. I'm going to say that they'll pick up a victory in this. I am going to back Wigan to score 1. I'll go 3-1 to West Bromwich Albion. Now, last time these two sides faced, when they were both in the Championship back in 2020, it ended in a 1-0 victory to Wigan Athletic. So there could be an upset in this game, but I'm going to back West Brom to get a comfortable victory here. And then we move on to Sheffield United against Reading. Top of the table clash. Who's going to take first place by the end of this week? Reading, brilliant run of form at the moment. They beat Millwall 1-0, beat Middlesbrough 1-0, also beat Blackburn Rovers 3-0 as well in their last 3 games. Really good run of form. Sheffield United, of course, as I mentioned, with Luton, got the 1-1 draw with them. And I'm gonna back the Blades in this one. They're at home. I'm gonna go 2-0. I don't even think Reading's gonna score in this one. I just think Sheffield United just have that quality. And then coming up against Reading, who, are top of the table, so I can't really, call them anything. But I think that they are going to start to drop off. I know it seems unlikely at the moment with this brilliant run that they have got going, but I think they're going to drop. And they'll pick up a defeat in here. So 2-0 to the Blades. And then it is Watford against Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough finally got their first victory of the season in a 2-1 victory against Swansea. Watford, of course, lost 3-2 to QPR in that big scoreline game. This one's going to be a very tight one. It was a 1-1 draw last time these two sides faced when they were both in the Championship. I'm just going to edge Watford in a narrow 1-0. And Middlesbrough, not near where they wanted to be, really. I mean, they did pick up their first 3 points of the season, which boosted them up quite a bit. But they have been struggling. They've been struggling. And Watford, they don't score that many, but apart from, obviously, the 3-2 QPR defeats, they don't concede many. So I think I'll just stick with a narrow 1-0 victory to Watford in this one. And then it is Bristol City, who themselves have got a pretty decent run going against Huddersfield Town, who definitely do not have a very good run going. Huddersfield Town, again, with a team that finished in the top 6 last season, finished 3rd place. I've got them down to finish quite low mid-table when I release my table predictions with the manager leaving and then a few top players leaving as well. I just thought Huddersfield would slip, and they certainly have done that. In this game, I am going to back Huddersfield to get the victory, though. They got a 2-2 draw with West Brom in their last game. I am going to back Bristol to score 1, but I think they're going to pick up a victory in this one. And maybe a chance to turn the season around. I'm not too sure, but Bristol City, have got some good form going. So I do think that they will score a goal. They got a 3-3 draw with Blackpool in their last game. And then Coventry against Preston, where Preston still yet to concede a goal. Loads of 0-0 results. Got the 0-0 draw with Cardiff City in the last game. Coventry City still really to pick up their first victory of the season, but they have only played 3 games this season due to their pitch being deemed unsafe to play on. And this is their first game back in the stadium, so it better be a good pitch. But yeah, Coventry still waiting for their first victory of the season. In league games, when these two sides play, Coventry City, under past performances, have not won a game in their last 17 meetings with Preston North End. That included 10 victories to Preston and 7 draws. And I know a draw seems likely in this one due to all the 0-0 that we've got going. Very good defence, can't score. I'm going to be confident in this one, and I'm going to say we're going to pick up all 3 points away from home in this one. 1-0 victory to Preston North End. And I'd like to say I'm confident that it won't end in a 0-0 draw, even though, given past performances, past results, that is normally what it ends in. But Coventry City lost 3-2 to Hull City in their last game. There's definitely goals in the Coventry City side. I think they lost 3-2 to, I have to check that, seeing that it was 3-2 to Millwall. So the scoring goals, they're also conceding quite a lot as well. So I think, given all the goals that they have been in Coventry City's game, but then match it up with all the 0-0s in Preston's game, I do think it'll be a low scorer, this one. But I'm just going to edge us to pick up all 3 points. And then Sunderland against Rotherham United. This one is going to be a big one, I think. These two sides last faced each other when they were both in League One last season. It ended in a 1-1 draw. And I'm going to go for the exact same result, but the scoreline, I'm going to go for a 3-3 draw. Don't ask me where I've got that from. I've just got it. Rotherham United still yet to pick up their first defeat of the season. They picked up a 2-0 victory against Birmingham City in their last game. And, on some pretty good form, obviously. Not lost a game. So, yeah, I'm going to go for a 3-3 draw in this one. And then we have got Blackpool against Blackburn Rovers, where Blackburn Rovers picked up 3 victories in their first 3 games and then 3 defeats in which makes up 6 games so far this season. 3 wins, 3 losses for them. Blackpool got 2 3-3 draws in their last 2 games. A 3-3 draw with, obviously, Bristol City, and a 3-3 draw with Burnley as well. Those are their last 2 draws. Blackburn Rovers, I'm going to back them to turn this form around, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 away victory. Really tough, this one, though. And then we finish off with Stoke City against Swansea, where Swansea, they lost 2-1 to Middlesbrough in their last game. Swansea not having the greatest of seasons so far, only the 1 victory in their 6 games so far. I'm going to back Stoke City to win this one. I am going to back both sides to score, though, but I'll think it will end 2-1 to the Potters at the Bet365 Stadium, which wraps up my Game Week 7 score predictions for the EFL Championship. If you did enjoy, please do leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all next time. Bye.